And we're going to do a laser to kind of test and see how you're going to respond to treatment. That's the purpose, right? You always explain that. Why? And then the next thing we do is we go, I want to talk about money first. Is that okay? That's a transition statement. Now, if they were cash, you've already checked with Colton, and you know money's a big deal for this chick. She's a single mom, or her husband works and they don't have extra income, or they have 15 kids or whatever, and you decide on the price with Colton, or they don't give a crap because they're rich.
Right.
Mary, the ultrasound where you're doing an actual exam again, but the ultrasound and the laser is going to be, and you just give them one number, or you can break it down. The ultrasound is going to be another $100, and the laser is going to be $60. So it's going to be $160 for today. Is that okay? Okay. Now, the reason you go over this with Colton ahead of time, you don't make it up on the spot, is because Colton's going to tell the front desk it's $160 for the day. Because you may say that to the patient. We don't expect the patient to walk up to the front desk and tell the front desk, hey, you told me $160. That is so unprofessional and makes us look stupid. So the front desk knows, and they're expecting a $160 visit. Okay? So you're going to tell the patient it's $160 for today. Is that okay? Patient's going to say yes. If they do not give you a confirmation, if they go, you saw Brianna, she goes, well, I kind of guess that's okay. Did you see when she said that?
Yeah, I did, actually, now that you mentioned it.
Hesitation, what did I do?
You mean to create the hesitation?
When I said it's going to be $135 for today, and she said, okay, I guess that's okay. How did I respond to that?
Actually, I'm having trouble recalling that detail.
Yeah,
I think you were.
It was subtle.
Yeah, what did you do?
If when you talk about, that's called an obstacle, and any time I go in there and there's an obstacle, and there was, if she doesn't give me, most of the time they look at you and go, okay, yeah, that's fine. That's 100% yes. She gave me an 80% yes. It was still yeah, I guess that's okay. She agreed, but it was a wishy-washy agreement. And you know how I am with wishy-washy agreements, right? I don't like wishy-washy. I'm wishy-washy. I don't like it. I don't like it about me. Now I'm aware of it. So when she gave me that wishy-washy agreement, and it was an 8 out of 10, which is great. She was going to pay that. But I look at her and I go, hey, is there an issue with money? Are you sure you're okay with that?
Right.
That's what I did. I said something to that effect because I'm aware of it. I want you to be aware of it. Hey, she was an 8 out of 10. She seemed slightly hesitant. I don't want slightly hesitant with money. I want 100%. Same thing with the diagnosis. If they're slightly hesitant, I'm pulling out my model. We're going to stop and talk about it. This is going to save you problems later. So then I look at her and I go, are you sure that's okay? And you know what she did?
And she went, yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. Now I just got a 10 out of 10. And that just increased the odds that when she goes to the front desk and has to pay, she's already made up her mind she's going to pay. And now I just saved the front desk a lot of problems because every now and again that wishy-washy person will go to the front and they still have a concern and they'll share with them. Now, if she had a concern, she could have actually shared it with me and said, I don't get paid till next week.
Right.
Oh, I'm going to fix it then and say, well, what if we did half now and half next week? Is that okay? You have the power to do that, but you're going to fix it then and there till you get, and then she goes, yeah, I can do half now, half next week. Great. Next week, you mean next Wednesday? Yeah, by next Wednesday. Okay, no problem. But you just changed, the front desk doesn't know that, right? So guess what you're going to do?
Communicate that to the front desk.
Yes, and here's how you're going to do it. When you're done with that appointment, you're going to walk them up. This is why the front desk expects you to walk them up to the front desk every single visit. That's your job. If you don't, I'm going to yell at Colton to yell at you to walk them to the front desk. Because when you walk them up to the front desk is thinking they're going to get their 135, Because I prepped them, that we talked before that patient ever came in. Here's the money. And then I'm going to walk them to the front desk and go up to Tori and say, Tori, hey, it's 160 for the day, but she's going to pay half today and half next Wednesday. And Tori goes, thank you. I don't have to guess. I don't have to figure out. I don't have to have an awkward conversation with the patient. And the patient heard you say it to them, so they're not going to try and change things because they're nervous or they're uncomfortable.
Right.
They still will every now and again, but you just lower the odds. You're making things run smooth. We're fixing problems before they become a problem.
Right.
Okay.
Identify the obstacle, remove the obstacle.
We're removing that. We see the hint of a problem.
Right.
We're going to crush it fast. And that's the only way you're going to get a high success rate office. Remember, that's where we don't want them dropping out of care because they can't pay.
Right.
We don't want them dropping out of care because they screwed us. They were embarrassed. They didn't want to say anything, that they can't afford it. And so they only paid half, or they told they go up to the front desk and they're like, oh, let me get my wallet on my car. And then they go to their car and realize they don't have money. Now they're embarrassed and they just never come back. It's rare, but it's going to happen 20, 30% of the time. And we could shut it down by looking them in the eye and go, you seem hesitant, Brianna. Is there an issue with money? And just by asking, they might go, yeah, I just got a speeding ticket, whatever. And then we're going to work with them. We don't turn people away, Chris, because of money. We don't. We'll make it affordable. And if they still can't pay, and I believe they can't pay, there are cases, 1 out of 10, 1 out of 20. I'm like, you know what? I genuinely believe this person can't pay and would if they could. And I like them. We're going to treat them. I promise you, we will treat people that can't. It's very rare because we're very affordable and we're willing to take payments. So then you educate them. Then when you're done, you go, okay, let's get to work. And then you walk them to the front desk.
Okay.
You never forget to walk them to the front desk.
Yeah, that makes Colton's job really, really hard.
I'm really good about that. I was a massage therapist for a long time, and I always walk them up to the front desk. So that's already sort of in me in a Pavlovian sense.
Patients really appreciate it, but some doctors are like, that's not my job. They're like, it's above them. I'm like, come on, don't be all arrogant. I don't like arrogant doctors. I like arrogant doctors because they're high confidence and they generally do a good job. But don't treat other people like they're less than you. I don't care how smart you are, how amazing you are. You're not above anybody else. So you might be.
We all need our steps.
But don't act that way. Go ahead and think you're better than everybody else. Don't act that way.
Say it. Yeah.
All right. All right. Thanks, Chris.